In my last video about No Man's Sky, I spoke about how the game didn't really need a story or a purpose or anything else you particularly need in a game that could be wildly successful, inverted commas obviously. All it really needed was a good draw. Here's what I was thinking my draw was gonna be. Feel free to list what made you love the idea of the game in the comments. Tell me anything that was promised that you really like the idea of. I just want to hear it. Anyways, what's up everybody, it's me Barky, and you know, I'm really starting to dislike making No Man's Sky videos, and it seems like a lot of people agree with me there, so I hope that the dislikes don't sway your opinion of what I'm actually saying in the video, but rather show you that some people just don't agree with me when I say that I didn't really enjoy the game. But most of all, I don't like Sean Murray and the developer studio, and their take on the aftermath of this game coming out. If you adamantly disagree with me, then feel free to leave a comment saying why, or just dislike the video. I don't mind at all, really. You know, or you can just go ahead and tell me I'm a shitskin or to shot myself in the head, because that's great too. I appreciate it. So anyways, back to the point of this video. I spoke about the draw of No Man's Sky, which is something I've been thinking about for quite a while now, and it was especially prevalent to me a few days ago when I was playing Dishonored 2, and I realized that although the plot is nice in the game, that isn't the draw of it to me. Dishonored and its sequel, Dishonored 2, are both amazing games, and they would be amazing games without the plot or the characters. I mean, obviously it would detract a bit from the game, but the draw that I'm talking about is very much embedded in the awesome gameplay. I mean, just look at this, it's amazing. It's just incredibly fun. The plot is not important when the base gameplay is just so much fun that you can't stop playing, which I didn't. I finished it 3 times and the game came out like a week ago. I know, I'm a loser. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to compare Dishonored to No Man's Sky as a whole, but rather just the gameplay. The draw that pretty much sold me on No Man's Sky was this right here. The idea that as you got closer to the center, that the game got exponentially more varied, which leads to things getting way more dangerous and difficult. What we actually got was the first planet is the hardest planet, and it only gets easier and easier with the center being no different than any other place in the galaxy. Now, just for the record, you may get unlucky with your first planet being incredibly hostile and toxic, like I did, or you may get really lucky and have the easiest, lushest first planet possible, and then your second planet hits you in the face like a bomb. But even then, it's a linear difficulty scale that starts you off at the hardest it can be, and as you play it only gets easier. Well, what's my issue with this, you ask? Well, if I was somebody who just enjoyed the exploration aspect of the game, then I'd probably tell you nothing. I don't have an issue with it. But because it's a video game being sold at $60, which is the same price as other AAA games, I have an issue with it because I expect to be sold something that I've been sold on, which was the promise that as you progress closer and closer to the center, the difficulty would raise accordingly, along with a whole host of other issues, but this one was definitely the biggest selling point to me, and if anything is patched in the future, I really hope it's this aspect. Right now the game is so easy that, you know, like after the first planet, nothing could hurt me. Like really, nothing could touch you once you have your shields on. They could damage the shields, but you're pretty much a god. You know, I can't remember a time that I even came close to death while playing the game. Like, I'm struggling to think of even one time. The game is just ridiculously easy, which is totally fine for people who enjoy exploration, but give people who enjoy gaming and exploration at the same time something to chew on. You know, give us a difficulty slider, or a harder survival mode, or give us a difficulty curve that we were promised. Since every planet basically has unlimited of every resource in the game, it just doesn't make sense from a gameplay perspective to even bother progressing, aside from the exploration aspect, which, don't get me wrong, is awesome for a few planets, but the holes appear quickly when you realize that sentinels are not a threat, survival is never difficult, and resources are never scarce. Now, the exact quote from Sean Murray is, "As you go towards the center, things become more and more valuable, but the worlds become more dangerous, more mutated, a little bit more alien, and a lot more crazier." So if there's anything I'd like to see in a patch, that's gotta be it. And thank you to Azir Fayeli for finding me that quote. You're awesome, man. I said I'd credit you, so there we go. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Tell me in the comments what you think. If you hate the video, then, you know, leave a dislike. You do your thing. If you loved it, hit that like button, you know. Anyways, bye bye everyone.